Off and rolling. Race 21, 450B Limited. Welcome everybody on RacerTV.com watching with us. That's the number 11 out front, Crockett Myers, Anderson, Texas Yamaha rider. NSA Factory Yamaha Moose Elite Monster Energy back ride. Scooting. A little crazy right there in the 10 Commandments toward the tail end, but overall everybody pretty well got out of there unscathed and clean.
Well, I can tell you, when the number 11 gets a whole shot, bad news is spelled M-Y-E-R-S. Okay,
I like that.
When Crockett Myers gets out front, it is definitely bad news for the rest of the crowd coming from Anderson, Texas on that number 11 machine, that NSA Factory Yamaha machine. Crockett Myers gets out front, gets some clean air, and look at this, already through the waterworks. Back down the beach comes that lead back, Mikey Waynes. I have to tell you, that is a quick half a lap right there, friend.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We'll get our eyes on it here. And we'll see what we're looking at as far as these gaps are concerned. But Crockett Myers, a real good start in this one. Going around that outside. And coming in here to the Bermuda Triangle. And, well, you might have some company here. Good battle there for the 2 spot.
That's for sure.
Looking at our finish line camera right there, getting our camera shots up, ready and dialed.
So we credit Travis Henry Bellotti with the whole shot. So Myers made the move right after the line, put himself into great position. He works his way up over the tunnel and down into the billboard section. The number 11 has a gap of 1.5 seconds. So going to get accurate timing and scoring next time around. Of course, that's a full lap on that first lap. If you have the start straight, you're not going to have a full lap. So.
Oh, yeah,
but what
correct.
you do is you do have a gap, and that gap is 1.5 seconds.
Right.
Over Avery Long in that number 2 position on the 76 Yamaha. Cameron Horner sits in 3rd. Enzo Timmerman 4th. Mitchell Zaremba coming out of Avon, Ohio, sitting in the number 5 spot. Jaden Cooper 6th. Drew Adams now, you know he's not going to be happy. He started somewhere about 10th position. Looked like he made a couple passes coming through Storyland back there. You know he's going to put his head down, start charging. Kobe Carper in the number 8 spot. Reese Klesland in the number 9 position. And Blake Gardner rounding out your top 10. Now look, as we go back into Storyland, there's the number 11, Crockett Myers, aggressive early on up over the handlebars. And look at this, Avery Long laying the power to it, coming out of there. Steer with the rear, Mikey. Got that thing at full whip as he comes through that big rod slide. Cameron Horner trying to get the 41 Honda back up on the rear fender, but Avery Long making a break for it right now.
Yeah, Avery Long is patient no longer. He's going after it, trying that outside line right there. Crockett Myers, keep that head on the swivel. Actually, keep it straight forward, but figuratively speaking, keep it on the swivel because Avery Long and the freight train are coming.
Let me tell you, Avery Long forgot what was behind him. He's racing forward right now. He's
absolutely
going after Crockett Myers.
Absolutely, not even thinking twice about Cameron Horner in that 3 spot.
No, absolutely not. And look at this. Goes to the mid-line right there, Mikey. Tries to keep the momentum. As you see, Myers went to the inside. Has to be defensive. You have to defend it in here when you're this close. Last time around, the gap was 1.5. Now it's 1.0.
Here we go.
Look at Avery Long. It won't be long, and number 76 will be in it.
Let's go. Blue bikes out front. Yamaha, little bobble there by Avery Long. Little misstep. Recovers quickly.
The good news is Myers stuck the front end just ever so slightly, and it really kept the gap even. But, Mikey, we've got a battle on our hands now, friend.
Looking good. There's now a little bit of a gap there. It's going to say 2 seconds on scoring. I'm going to go 2.5.
Mitchell Zaremba and Enzo Timmerman. Man, we know both of those names. Zaremba, we watched him just bring it slowly through the pack yesterday. I love watching this kid ride. I'm a big fan of his. He comes out of the Avon, Ohio area, a few hours from my neck of the woods, but I get to see him ride a good bit, and the kid is so solid, so consistent. Much like Tomac, this guy does his best work at the end of the moto.
Hey, it works.
That's obviously when it counts, okay? Hey, we'll get it out of the way right now. Forget that start.
There you go.
Okay?
I know.
Forget that start. We see what a whole shot did.
Yep.
All right, not a lot here's this morning. So right now is all about where you finish, not where you start.
You ain't wrong. Hey, meanwhile, Cameron Horner started to reel in Avery Long just a little bit there. And Crockett Myers, I think he started feeling that pressure from Avery Long, stretched it out just a little bit. Hey, a couple of riders a note real fast. Lane Allison, right now back in the number 11 spot. He's got a sub 2-minute lap time. He was just about a second less or slower than, excuse me, second back. Let's slow down. Then Reese Clausen. So look for Lane Allison to maybe chip away at this thing a little bit. But the battle we got on screen, that's out front.
Nice move by Long, man.
That was
good.
good.
The slingshot, just couldn't engage slingshot quick enough right there. But, man, he had the right idea. Crossed from outside to in, made a great run. Right now, I think the gap less than 1 second, Crockett Myers and Avery Long. So it went from 1.5 to 1, now 0.92. Oh, look.
And now
this is where
he's got him in the crosshairs.
That's where he tried to set him up. This is where Avery Long is really good back in this opening section of the track. Looks like Crockett Myers has a bit more speed when they get to the red zone and Storyland.
Oh, he better.
Look at this.
He did. Avery Long working it inside, outside, takes that inside line right there.
At speed, Long was able to nail that berm, and there it is. The move is made. Look at this. Gets a great drive. Slows up Myers right there. Myers doesn't get the clean entrance to the 10 Commandments. Avery Long puts the 76 Yamaha ahead of the number 11, and he's checking out, folks.
Yeah, let's see what Avery Long could do with that clean air out in front of him. And I tell you what, Crockett Myers better get on it, because here comes Cameron Horner on that Honda behind him.
Yeah, Cameron Horner says, hey, if Long made it by, so can I. I was right there on his fender, and look, there's renewed life in the 40. Saves it, almost drops the 41 Honda in that rut. Dog paddles just for a second, keeps that thing alive, and he is in this thing all the way, the number 41 of Cameron Horner.
So he resets himself. He said, okay, still early. It's okay. Breathe, say a couple bad words in the helmet, and move on.
Absolutely.
Move on. Keep going.
I'll say them for you. Don't even worry about it. Not a problem.
Enzo Timmerman back there in the 4 spot on that Kawasaki. Mitchell Zaremba in 5th. Rounding out that top 5, Drew Adams in 6th place. Jaden Cooper in the number 7 spot on aboard the Gas. Blake Gardner in 8th. 9th place is Kobe Carper. And rounding out that top 10 is Reese Clausen.
Horner is punishing that bike right now. That Honda, he is riding that thing to the limit. He is at full send mode right now. Watch the suspension on that thing. Watch the front end work.
I don't know.
Probably 30. 3 hours.
And if you're watching Racer TV there, guys, heads up in the tower. Got a little misprint. Looks like we got the 75 Fapani showing there on your ticker. So just a note for our TV guys, get that edited.
So now the gap back to 1.3 was 1.5, went to 1.0, went to 0.9, now back to 1.3. Long, now that he has that gap, or actually he has that lead, he has opened it up to almost the original gap over Myers.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Myers had 1.5 to start with. Now Long's almost out to 1.5, so flip-flop.
And, you know, turning and burning lap 4, he ran a 156.117. He's putting on a heater right now.
156.5.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, he's right in there with him.
Absolutely. I told you, he's riding the wheels off of that Honda. Had a couple bobbles was the difference right there.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that 156.117 for Avery Long is him coming off of 2 laps ago, turned that 155.442. So,
and let me tell you something. He had a nose full of roost, a mouth full of sand, and was able to make that happen, Mikey. Good observation.
Doing it to it. So, what is Avery Long capable of the rest of this moto? He says, sit back and enjoy your breakfast, Sammy, and watch. You know, belly up.
This one is a 20-minute moto, Mike. Of course, B class, 450B limited, just about halfway in, coming about 45 seconds away from halfway. Wow, rapid pace means rapid race. That's all I can tell you. 4 laps in already. And look at Timmerman and Zaremba just hovering at 157.7, 157.0. Those guys are running almost identical lap times. They're just slightly off the pace of Horner ahead of them. This thing's going to get feisty here when there's about 2 laps to go.
Yeah, no doubt. Gaps are just right there where you can see the guy in front of you. You're not right there on the rear wheel, on the rear fender, but you're within striking distance.
Adams now up into that number 6 position, but he's running a 158.4, so slightly off the pace. Needs to find something here in the second half of this moto. Needs to find a line, needs to pick it up somewhere. And again, as well, not the greatest of starts. Drew possibly having a bobble here and there, possibly having to work around some people, but now up into that 6th position with a 158.4.
Moving. Drew Adams is. Jason Cooper, he's still in that sub 2-minute time frame, about 2.5 seconds back though.
All right, now Timmerman found about half a second over Zaremba that time. 156.2, 157.0, just a little better than a half second. Timmerman trying to settle in right now and get that Kawasaki up onto the 41 of Cameron Horner, but he's got a little bit of work to do before that happens.
Avery Long putting on a show out front. 5 laps into it. Less than a minute should see them check in with a 6 laps completed here.
Do you see how Long didn't even look calculated? When he just turned the throttle and was taking the line where Myers was not. You know, he followed Myers for maybe half a lap and then just started going inside out, tried to engage that slingshot. It didn't work the first time. Closed the gap by the billboard. It was a drag race after that. So great move. As soon as Avery Long made that move, he shut him down going into the 10 Commandments. You know, he allowed Myers to get hung up just a touch. Couldn't clean the 10 Commandments. Now all of a sudden that 1.2 turns into almost 3-second gap.
That's it. You got it right there. Man, Cameron Horner on that Honda. He's working the track right now. He's catching up to him.
He's abusing that bike. I'm telling you, he is beating that Honda silly right now, and I love it.
Crockett Myers able to pull away from him in some of the straights where he's getting a little bit of a better drive, some speed, but you get into the technical, the left-hander right there is a good example. Cameron Horner kind of chipping away, and meanwhile you got Enzo Timmerman back there on the Cowie kind of watching those boys go at it and say, all right, I'm going to stay close enough. One of you makes a mistake, I'm going to capitalize.
Timmerman, no, man, he can't shake Zaremba. You see
Zaremba's there.
Just back there a second away. And this guy's just riding very cool and collected right now. 7 minutes to go in this one, and they know that. You know, they've got the pit boards. They understand exactly where they're at. And I'm telling you, Zaremba's got something left in the tank.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's a little more there.
And he's showing it, and on cue, Megawatt, there he is around the outside. And getting to the point where he's going to start showing Cameron Horner that front wheel.
But there comes Timmerman, that 21 machine, digging in. Now look at Horner. Horner in attack mode. Look at this. He is all over Myers right now. He said, you know what? Podium sounds good. Second sounds better.
I like silver.
He said, I like bronze, but silver goes with my dental work better.
There you go.
You know, come on, man.
Meanwhile,
we got a race going on right now. Look at this, Mikey.
All four, your top four, or wow. Four of the top 5, I should say. Avery Long out front, but
And Zaremba's not letting them go.
No.
Zaremba is hanging in there.
There he is in the same shot.
Look, somebody's going to make a mistake.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody's going to make a mental mistake. Somebody's going to miss a line, something.
Someone's going to look over the shoulder.
Yes, absolutely.
Someone's getting forced into a mistake. You're right.
Right now, you take a check up from the neck up, and it's going to be bad news. You cannot.
Right.
You have to race forward right now. Don't glance over that corner. Do not look across that track. Put the traction down to the ground. Make as much time as you can as we click off one more lap. Lap number 7. Avery Long checks in. Crockett Myers right behind him. Gap 4.4 this time. Cameron Horner only 2 seconds back. We have got a battle on our hands. And look at Timmerman right there all over
And a mistake
Horner.
by Cameron Horner right here.
Oh, there it is.
In the corner of the Bermuda Triangle. And Enzo Timmerman, Zaremba gets around him. Boy,
absolutely.
Let's stop the bleeding, see where it happens.
There it was. Zaremba was just sitting there waiting.
Oh.
He let it come to him. He makes no mistakes. It makes very few mistakes. Classic ride. Avery Long worked his way to the front. He earned that thing, all right? He put in some clean passes, put in the fast lap. He's out there doing what he needs to do. And look at Drew Adams still sitting there on that 158. Now, he's dropped his lap time almost a second and a half, trying to close that gap and get up there and fight with Zaremba, which would now be Timmerman.
Yeah.
Or Horner.
Horner, correct, yeah. Excuse me, I just realized I said Bermuda Triangle. I'm looking at that, and then I'm looking at Race for TV. Forgive me. You knew what I meant.
I did.
Folks at home knew what I meant.
I did, and I wasn't going to say a word, my man.
I'll call myself out.
We got a long way to go this week. There's going to be more mistakes made. There's going to be more names mispronounced. So
it's,
everybody at home, here we go. Hang on.
I think it's Wednesday, right? I mean, we're getting to that Groundhog Day point right now where it's you wake up and, okay, what day is it? Oh, I'm doing the same thing I did yesterday.
I hit that.
We start experimenting and...
Yep. Hit that point last Friday.
Oh, Lordy.
So just about 4 minutes, under 5 minutes here, about 4 minutes remaining. Going to see a 2-lap card here in about 4 minutes. Avery Long, 158.5. Fast lap, a 155.4 on lap number 2. Still consistently turning faster laps, even with that 5-second gap.
Pretty darn good. Avery Long, Crockett Myers. Good rides. 2-lap card is out.
Timmerman turned a 158, fastest guy that time around. What Zaremba turns? Zaremba a 159.0. He's up into that 4th spot now, as we said. Cameron Horner pounding that Honda, made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Down by the billboard, which allowed Zaremba to get by. Drew Adams still in that number 6 spot, so he's working it. He's pushing hard back there. Had a bobble, turned a 2:03 that time. Did see him bobble back there near the waterworks. Gathered it back up, so Drew Adams charging here late in this 450B Moto.
Got to get himself back up into it, no doubt. We talked about, when you go down, then you realize how hot you are. The heart rate goes up, but it's something these guys, if they're training right, they're training for those kind of scenarios.
Yes,
what
sir.
happens when you go down? How do you react to that? You throw your hands up, throw a fit on the track, you get your butt back on the thing and go.
Hey, like Mike Alessi said, in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Bingo.
Take that big breath, okay? Correct it right away.
Yeah.
Manage it right away. Don't allow yourself to get caught in it. And when you're looking at 3, 4, 5 minutes left, whether it's one position or 3, you have an opportunity to pick up something.
Always come back to your breath. I love that.
It's the truth.
And it's the truth. For life on the track, whatever the situation.
Yeah, when you were in the gym with them 22-inch pythons,
I'm telling you.
Man, it was all about the breathing.
Back in Nam, yeah. Wasn't quite that long ago.
All right, here we go. 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Leader's going to pick up the 2-lap card this time around, so Avery Long, looking forward to seeing that. Going to bring this one to a close. Look around the beach. Here we come. That is Long right now, so going to pick up the white flag. White flag is flying. All right, Mikey Wayne's just about to make his way down to the podium. Mikey's going to hear how it worked out. Avery Long trying to keep this thing on 2 wheels for about another half a lap. Crockett Myers keeping that number 11 machine upright in that number 2 position for the majority of this moto. Gave up the lead on, I believe, lap number 3. Avery Long able to put himself in that number 1 position coming out of the 10 Commandments. Enzo Timmerman hanging on so far. Mitchell Zaremba relentless in that number 4 position, and Cameron Horner not surrendering the number 5 spot. White flag is out. Less than a lap to go. Coming up next after 450B is going to be our 85 10-12 limited. So 85 10-12 limited already down on the line. Those guys ready for their sight lap. Is there a late race push here? There comes Avery Long. He works his way back through the waterworks on to number 76. A bunch of lap traffic he's coming through. Needs to be extremely careful here. Doesn't want to drop this thing. So Avery Long just a few turns away. Sends it off the big mountain. Finally takes a look over. See if he can find the number 11 Crockett Myers down into the big tree turn. And there comes your leader for the final time. The number 76 Avery Long. Feet up, throttle down. The number 76 making his way through. Crockett Myers on that number 11 machine. Look at this. Enzo Timmerman really fighting it as he works his way down through the finish line as well. There, the checkered flag is out. Avery Long, fantastic ride. Crockett Myers as well. Enzo Timmerman fights for that last podium position. Mitchell Zaremba giving up a little bit of time there. Gave up about a second and a half on that final lap, but turns a 2 flat. So Zaremba able to salvage a 4th place finish. Cameron Horner able to hang on for a top 5, and Drew Adams completes in that number 6 position. So Adams, Horner, Zaremba, Timmerman, Myers, and Long, 6 through 1 right there. '85 CC 10-12 limited coming up next. The likes of Landon Gibson, Brandon Harrison, Kobe Lesser, Jace Wolf. All the usual suspects in the 85cc class. 10 to 12 limited coming up next. Mikey Wayne's getting things squared away down there. Looks like he's got his whole shot award stuff behind the monster cooler. Already got the 76 Yamaha of Avery Long in position on the stand. He's Mikey on the spot. Mikey Simpson making it happen.
Oh, there you go. Megawatt, Megawatt up there using my Christian name this morning.
Megawatt using my Christian name.
All right, Matthew Watson.
He said Matthew Watson.
Yeah. All right. Avery Long getting himself rehydrated. I'm ready for you, big dog. Come on up. Let's talk about it. Yeah. All right, man. Avery Long, a impressive ride. Good battle early. You had to work to get out front, but once you got there, you found your pace, you found your flow.
Yeah, Crockett. I think Crockett got the whole shot. I mean, he's riding awesome. Took me a little bit to get around him. Kind of charged into the corner before the 10 Commandments, and maybe kind of, I wouldn't say forced it, but almost kind of picked my spot there and kind of went. But yeah, Crockett's riding good. I got a pretty good start. I ran my MX14 out there. That thing worked great all day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these next motos and keeping the ball rolling.
Hey, keep it going, man. Hey, congratulations taking P1 here this morning. We know you don't do it alone, man. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, NSA Rock River Yamaha, Parts Unlimited, Bell Helmets, 100%, Monster Army, Moose, Alpine Stars, the whole Real Deal crew, Rob, Kevin, thank you for getting me ready for this race. Yeah, just everybody in my corner. My family came out to watch, my little brothers, Ed, Danny, Jake, my mechanic Clay. Just thank you to everybody in my corner for keeping me going and pushing me to do my best.
Amen. There's your first place finisher, Avery Long. Good work. All right, we got the photos. Let's bring up our second place finisher, Crockett Myers. Get him up here on the box, talk about that P2. All right, Crockett Myers making his way up. Fist bumps all around. Good sportsmanship. I'm ready, dude. Let's do it. I got you some hardware. Let's powwow. All right, throw that silver on, dude. We're going to talk. Crockett Myers, obviously, hey, good battle early with Avery Long in this one. Ended up settling into that 2 spot. But, boy, you had to earn it. They were all over you in this one.
Yeah, they were all gaining on me a little bit, but I knew I saved a little bit at the beginning so I could put on a hard charge at the end. And unfortunately, I cased the quad a couple times in a row, and I think I might have messed up my back wheel a little bit. So I just rode her on in and kept it comfortable and just rode my own race and kept her on 2.
Kept her on 2. Hey, there you go. Keys to success, man. Who you want to thank?
I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, my mom, my dad, Donnie Luce, my uncle and my aunt for coming out watching me, my grandma and my grandpa, my girlfriend for everything she does in training and bringing me waters every day, and Moose, Alpine Star, Bell Helmets, 100% goggles, Asterisk knee braces, Ethica, FMF, Dunlop, Danny Lewis, my mechanic Cole, everybody that helps me, thank you so much.
There you go, second place finisher, Crockett Myers. Good work, Crockett. All right, let's bring up our third place finisher. By the way, I've also got a whole shot award coming up from Stasic. We got Travis Henry Bellotti on the whole shot award. So if Travis is out there, we're going to bring him up here for the whole shot after we talk with our third place finisher. Making his way on up right meow. Enzo Timmerman, man, the P3 out here. Enzo, talk to us, dude. You guys, it was a dogfight throughout the entire moto.
Yeah, I got a decent start, and then I tried to stay with them. Lost a little bit of time in the first few laps. I was able to make a few passes at the end and end up third.
Solid day. Happy with it? Not happy with it?
A little bummed.
Well, bummed. Hey, keep working, keep trucking, man. Well, congratulations to you getting it on the box. Who you want to thank?
The whole Team Green Kawasaki crew, Ryan Holiday, Monster Energy, Fox, Dunlop, Rental, PSD for getting me hooked up for the week, mom, dad, mechanic, my trainer, and everybody else. Thank you.
Enzo, go get that P1 in the next one, dude. All right, there you go. Enzo Timmerman, your third place finisher. All right, I got my Stasic Hole Shot Award. Come on up. Travis Henry Bellotti. It helps when it's not upside down. They're going to appreciate that more. Hold that up, man. Do it for the gram. Snapchat or it didn't happen. All right, Travis, talk to us, man. Obviously, fantastic start going home with the Stasic Hole Shot Award. Tell us about the ride.
At regionals, I broke my back, so I didn't even get to ride until about 3 days before we left. I got one 20-minute moto in. We come here, just kind of have fun with it. My brother said if I won to the first corner, the mission was good for the week, so I'm happy to do it. I want to shout out Pure Outlaw, Moto VIP for all the help. Tamer, dude, that start was awesome. They hooked that up. I had problems with how high it was, and they set it just for me, rear hole shot, boom, gone.
Dude, hey, congratulations to you. Love those stories like that. I like the attitude. I'm going to come in. I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to go get hole shots. You did it. Keep it up, dude. Who you want to thank?
Pure Outlaw for all the graphic stickers, keeping me fresh for the weekend. Moto VIP for all the training. Come check us out, Adrian, Georgia. Look us up on Moto VIP on Instagram and Facebook. Love you all.
There you go. Your Stasic Hole Shot Award winner, Travis Henry Bellotti. All right.